Hello, people on the interwebs. This here is the drama critic. Yeah, don't worry about it, Beck. I'm the drama critic, so let's have a look at some other people. Yeah, so now I'm talking about some other drama stuff. So we've already covered some drama with Mr. Reynolds. We're talking about Australia stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to go a little bit more country with you people. Go a little bit more country. So we're going to go a little more southerner and go in a bit more country. Now, there's this guy called Ryan Upchurch, or as I prefer, Ryan Up the Ass Upchurch. This guy has been causing a lot of trouble around these here parts, and, well, he had a crack at me for various little bits and pieces. So I thought I'd just go see what this crazy dude's on about now. Nah. Yeah, let's bring him up, shall we? All right. Thank you, Alley Cat. So let's get a little bit into this whole southerner thing with this guy. Now I think he's a little bit pear-shaped because he's talking about UFOs. He's sort of lost his way. He used to be a really good thing, and now he's got himself a girlfriend. Surprisingly enough, feel so sorry for her. She doesn't know what she's got herself in for. So let's see what this bloke's got to say about space, the final southern frontier.
All right, so it's not my job to convince you of anything.
All right, let's go.
I'm not a dictator, and you got your own conscience. So check
Right,
this out. I just
what
want
you
to
got,
show y'all
Ryan?
something because I want to see y'all's opinions in the comment section. All right, so you got NASA, and you got the Methodist Church. All right, so before we start, look at those two logos back and forth.
Yeah, what's your point? Got a point?
All right, so within both logos, obviously you see the red ribbon. Obviously, the symbol for the cross is a believer in God. The other one who has the red ribbon obviously believes in science and less likely to believe in God. Yo, what up, God?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so essentially NASA, who believes in science and not God, has the red ribbon of the Methodist Church, but not the cross, leaving God out of the equation.
That's not how that works. I think the actual NASA thing. Let's go back to what he was showing here. No, sir. Let's go have a look. Now he's trying to say something about this and this. Now here we go. So
Church. All right, so before we start, look at those two logos back and forth.
now that's not that red streak has nothing to do, like it's sort of like saying, it has nothing to do with the God thing. It's more to do with like flame from like I said, from exhaust from a rocket or something. He'll have to correct me on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's like the red stripe is meant to be like flame or something like that from the back of a rocket. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. And this flame here is basically, if you ever get into a southerner about burning crosses, the KKK used to deal burning crosses. But I guess that's not what we're talking about here, are we? But again, what's the point of that?
All right, so within both logos, obviously you see the red ribbon. Obviously, the symbol for the cross is a believer in God.
Yeah.
The other one who has the red ribbon obviously believes in science and less likely to believe in God.
Whatever.
Yo, what up, God? I'm on your side, bro. Anyway, So essentially, NASA, who believes in science and not God.
That's not necessarily true, Ryan. What? Ryan? Are you fucking mad, mate? No. There's a lot of people in NASA that do believe in God. If you go correct, there is actually I think even I don't know. There was actually a thing where a Bible verse was actually mentioned in space. The Bible was actually written in some actual guy from in outer space actually read the Bible. Let me check that. Um, I'm pretty sure there was actually above. I'm pretty sure there was. Just give me a second. Yeah, there we go. Bill Anders. There we go. Reading of Genesis from Apollo 8. Actually, yeah, there we go. Just give me a second there, Ryan. Oh, is it now? Huh. Really? Huh. I didn't realize that actually was a KKK symbol. Huh. What do you know? I thought it was actually like a proper church logo, like the fire of the Holy Spirit or something. But although I know the KKK dudes did do the burn of the crosses. There we go. I just want to show you that. There we go. Bill Anders, astronaut from Apollo 8, read out the actual Bible verse from Genesis. Right there, people. So, Ryan, shut the hell up, you idiot. There is actually some Christians who go to space and are astronauts. You know, not all of them are idiots, right? Not all of them are people who don't believe that. Oh, they're all just scientists. They believe in the Bible. They don't believe in the Bible because they're all scientists. They only believe in sciencey stuff like evolution and shit. No. There are some astronauts, dude, that actually do believe in Scripture and the Bible, fool. So let's continue.
Has the red ribbon of the Methodist Church, but not the cross, leaving God out of the equation, which is why they're searching in space.
We'll be there in a minute.
So if you look at the NASA logo and you see where the ribbon comes up and then folds over,
Yeah.
you can kind of see in a hieroglyphic sense, kind of like pretty much saying, hey, we put God last.
No.
So look what it looks like when you overlap the logos and layers.
What? Let me get. What?
Okay, so if they believe in science.
Excuse me? What the. Excuse me? What? What? What the hell is this shit? What the hell is this shit? I'll tell you that Methodist church, like I said, KKK kind of symbol with the burning of the cross. That's. And they're trying to say that NASA. What? What? Ryan, are you okay, you dumbass? Are you fucking mad? Seriously, dude, you're not right in the head, boy. You're not fucking right in the head. That is not. Exactly, Ali. Exactly. The boy ain't right in the head. He needs to be taken out to the back and have a hip switch taken to his backside. A hickory stick whacked on his backside. Come on, Ryan. You serious? By God.
Okay, so if they believe in science and the ribbon is indicating they put God last. As you can see, the cross is running straight through the word of NASA from the letter S over.
No, it ain't.
So now you add the cross at the end of NASA, you take that SAT and you move that to the front. Then what does it say?
Oh, my.
So if NASA says nah, no, to God, then you have these contained letters now. So with those same letters, you got two words. We're going to focus on this one real quick though. Satan. Yikes. This part's gonna fuck you up.
Oh.
Then take this word and flip it backwards.
Oh.
Not us.
Oh.
So I guess pretty much Satan means happy birthday, God.
Excuse me? Natas. In the Lutheran, says so natus or natalius is made of an equivalent of the word Natasha or Natalia from the Latin natale domini. Natale domini means happy birthday birthday of God, i.e., Christmas. Oy.
So I guess pretty much Satan means happy birthday, God.
Excuse me, douche. What? Are you fucking... Ryan, you fucktard. I'm coming up with a new word, fucktard. It means a fuckwit and the other version of the word I can't really say on the YouTube, otherwise I'll get my ass kicked. So fucktard. Ryan, Father Christmas. Well, Christmas does not mean Christmas. You're misinterpreting things, mate. And this is the reason why the South is going into a hell with a bucket of chicken. This is why the South is going to hell in a bucket of chicken, because some of these Southerners don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Yo, for a person who's part of the Southerner country, this motherfucker over here cannot even understand that Santa Claus and Santa and the whole thing about Christmas, even with the whole birth of Jesus Christ, isn't the same bloody thing as NASA. God, golly. Where's this boy getting his information from? A cereal packet? Golly.
That's the thing. You could be like, oh, well, you made it do that by adding a letter. Okay. Well, if we go back to the beginning with just the word NASA. Backwards is asan, with nothing added. Let's look at what asan means.
Yeah.
So asan means light, which is associated with God. But they're like, hey, maybe not. I mean, I'm not making this shit up. I didn't fucking invent language, motherfucker. Then I was like, damn, NASA is like, yep.
You fucking moron. This guy hurts my head. It's like taking a good old hatchet to my head. Ryan, you do realize you fuckwit. You do realize you bloody fuckwit. Yes, you may not have come up with the English language, you dictard. But the point being is that even with you coming up with this shit, it's you and your head and your mind that's making this shit up. You're hatching eggs before the chickens, boy. What the hell are you doing? You're hatching the eggs before the chickens. My boy. Oh my God. This guy's an idiot.
Means light.
How this dude scored himself a girlfriend, I'll never know.
And everybody's like, where are you going? They're like, we're going into the dark unknown with no light. Then all the church people are like, well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So if the logo of NASA is not associated with light, doesn't even have the sun in it, by the way. It's like, hey guys, couldn't you, maybe make your logo a little bit more realistic? Maybe put the sun in there? I mean, we haven't been that far. I mean, definitely not far enough to know.
All right. So according to your mind, little pea brain of a mind, you're trying to say, Ryan, Upchurch, that pretty much more or less they should have a moon and a sun and a fucking solar system. Thank you. Thank you, Millie. So yeah, like I said, this little tick turd, this little dick tard. He ain't got nothing, Millie, I'll tell you. He claims he's a southerner and he ain't got it. He got the accent down pat. He's even got country rapper, which is a city thing. Rapping, the only kind of rapping out in the country you do is wrapping presents for Christmas. Go, damn it.
Not see the sun, right? Not see the sun. Oh, that's right. NASA definitely not gonna have his sun just hanging out. Oh, what do you know? There's another definition for NASA backwards. You know what it is?
Oh, there we go.
The one who hangs. We all know what happened to Jesus. All right, so going back to the other word. Remember I said there's two words. The next.
Excuse me, dude, but you kind of, Ryan Upchurch, have you? Dickus operatii. Yeah, you know, Ryan up the ass church. Dude, you do realize you're sort of proving the point that a lot of the stuff you're claiming is satanic, like NASA's being satanic. Nope. This is my new look for being the character of the character of wait a minute. Drama critic. Oops. So that's who I am right now. Millie is the drama critic. That's who I am right now. The drama critic. So, let's continue with this bullshit. Cool. So, dude, you just also proved a lot of time. You even got a UFO thing in the background here. I mean, dude, a lot of the stuff you sort of proven is more godly towards NASA than is against godly stuff towards NASA. If you want to get down to it, you dipshit.
Next word you get out of SATNA, Satna, is this.
What else you got, boy?
Santa.
Yeah.
All right, pause. Here's where we're at so far. But also remember, we got this far by the red sash being in the Methodist Church logo with the cross.
Radio.
And the red sash being in the NASA logo without a cross.
Radio.
Who else has a red sash? Santa Claus. So then I'm sitting here looking, and I'm like, Methodist Church.
Dude, a sash is like a one ply thing, almost like this here tie, dude. It's one sheet of material, right? What you're saying right there about Santa Claus, are you for real? It's not a sash on Santa Claus, right? It's not just one red bit of material representing fire or whatever you want to call it. It's not the same thing, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, stand still, will you? My God, he's an idiot. Just stand out in the yard, boy.
Red, black, white. Santa Claus, his name is Christ Kringle, red, black,
we've
white.
already covered that. No, it's not.
So then I'm sitting there looking at the Methodist cross, and I'm like, oh, Look at that. At the top, it has an angle, like they're folded.
Yeah. What's your point?
And I was like, oh, wait. They're all like that.
Mm-hmm. Like,
1, 2, 3, 4.
like a sword.
If you look at how they're folded, you see which way it's folded and which way the line is going to continue going.
Yeah.
Now, just like we split NASA
Mm-hmm.
down the middle, also flip the word backwards. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, split in half. Half of these. Just like in the beginning, it only took half of the Methodist church symbol, the red sash, not the cross. So you only do.
Again, dude. No. Uh, where did you fucking get the dude? You can't. Are you plumb out of your mind, boy? You can't fucking spell NASA right. You got Natsa. It's NASA. You fool! You fool! This dude can't spell NASA. My God. And we already had that, back here a few minutes ago where, yeah, there we go, where it said NASA. Where's the bloody, are you saying, dude, are you saying that that long streak and that like circle line, the asteroid, that little asteroid going around, the red sash and the NASA name, are you saying that is the T? Oh, there is no T in NASA, you fool. Ugh. Indeed. But then we're talking about this thing where this dude is trying to saying that NASA doesn't have Jesus Christ in NASA. But dude, there was on the Apollo 8 mission, a guy read from the book of Genesis, the Bible, you fuckwit. Ryan, you're an idiot. Ryan, you're a fuckwit. You ain't got the brains that God promised a turkey.
Do half of this. So you got this one. It's going to go this way. This one would go that way, but you're going to do it the opposite way. Fold it inward. Same for this one.
Indeed.
Same for this one.
Indeed.
What does that look like?
Oh, what?
Damn, so Santa Claus was the first person to the North Pole, and the Nazis were the first person to the South Pole.
Oh, my. Sorry, people, for showing that stupid ass racist symbol. But, what? Are you plumb out of your mind? That is not a Nazi symbol! Oh my God! Look, dude, even. Fuck me.
What does that look?
That is not a Nazi. Look. See, you got the edge like that. Yeah.
Like?
And if you do like the thing on that fucking, sorry people for the racists thing, but that's not the same. Look, everything is symmetrical. Even this bloody piece of evil shit, that's symmetrical. What you have here,
Same for this one.
that fucking thing is not even fucking symmetrical. Look, if you shorten that stick there, and you shorten that stick there,
what does that look?
If you shorten that stick there, you keep that one the way it is, shorten that stick, and shorten the bottom stick, yes, you would have a Nazi symbol. But it's not symmetrical enough. Oh, you don't even know I don't know nothing about design. For a person who claims he's in music And as an artist, you ain't got fuck shit as an art talent, dude. You got fuck all, man. You don't know fucking shit from shit, mate. My God.
So Santa Claus was the first person to the North Pole, and the Nazis were the first person to the South Pole. And don't even hit me with no bullshit talking about, actually, Norway, discovered the South Pole. Shut your dumb ass up. You didn't go to history class.
And neither did you, obviously, boy.
Norway surrendered to Germany before that. So, no, technically, Nazi Germany found the South Pole, whether you like it or not.
Bullshit.
How do you know that's something you did not see? Wait a minute. UFOs are something we do not see. Wait a minute. Santa Claus, when I was a kid, is something I could never stay awake.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is, Alley Cat. This guy's so plumb loco, he's out of his mind. Must be all that weed he's been smoking. Dude, you've been smoking too much weed. You need to slap across the face. You need to slap across the face, boy. You need to slap across the face, boy. Oh, my God. No shit. Oh, my God. This guy's an idiot.
To see. It is, in fact, something I did not see.
Oh.
Whoa. Nazi is backwards.
Oh, God. Here we go.
IZAN.
This guy's plumb loco.
Isn't. Is not. Isn't. Oh. Damn. That's astral projection at its finest.
Oh.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Ask a astronaut.
You're an idiot. Oh, by the way, while we're on that...
Intelligent safety and intuitive technology.
One little thing.
Work as one.
One thing I say to that, Ryan.
First ever hybrid Mazda CX-90. All in perfect balance.
One thing I say to that, Ryan. And here it is. Hey, Ryan, guess what?
I wonder if he know that I know he's lying right now.
Yep.
Oh, you got the new Margellas? That's what's up. I see you. That's your BMW? That's nice. That's your girl? Golly. Okay, I see you. But I just want to know one thing. You ready? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Now, let's get to some other crazy
right,
bullshit of this motherfucker. That's bullshit. So, here we go. Some more bullshit from the ass fuck.
All right, before we start this video, here's my disclaimer thing.
Oh, yeah. Rightio. Nobody gives a fuck, Brian.
Hell yeah. But anyway, man, think about this. What if aliens were bullshit? What if it's all cap, dude? I do not believe in aliens anymore. I used to. I don't anymore.
How's that?
After that congressional hearing thing about the UFOs and UAPs, man, dude said some weird shit that made me Google some stuff. And then I was like, oh.
Radio?
Oh. And I was mind blown. I was like, what?
You shouldn't be able to blind blow your mind, boy, because you got nothing much in there.
Seriously, though. Like, right in front of your face, but not.
You ain't got much in there.
All right, so remember at that congressional hearing about UFOs and aliens, remember when that guy said this?
Has any of the activity
Yep.
been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine who got
right,
physically injured.
right.
And the activity, and I got
By UAPs or by people within the federal government?
both.
Okay, so there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an
Really?
open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here, because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
First off, we notice how he's being really careful with his terminology. But mainly what I want to point out is he said what him and his wife seen was disturbing. If his wife doesn't have that position, of an occupation in the government or whatever, she couldn't have seen anything at work. This had to be at home, like on a TV screen or on the internet or something.
All right.
Then the chairman asked him, he's like, is it true that you said these aliens or UAPs or whatever are causing harm to humans? And he was like, yes. And he's like, well, have you been attacked? He's like, oh, my reputation has been attacked, via like people slandering him and shit like that. Like, wait, I'm thinking like, what does this have to do with fucking like actual aliens? I mean, let's be real. He's talking about corruption, people slandering and ruining people's reputation, and people like getting physically beat up, and him and his wife seeing something very disturbing. I'm just like, aliens? Like space aliens? E.T.? What? That sounds like some human shit. So now...
Okay, let me break it down for you, you idiot. You got two different type of aliens, right? You got the alien kind of the Earth variety, which refers to, like immigrants. Those people come over from overseas, another form of invasion, but we let them in anyhow. Trump's trying to stop that from happening, but it didn't work. That kind of thing. The whole thing like the building the wall going across the Mexican border, stop those illegal immigrants from coming over. That's the kind of the point we're going with, boy. There's alien, and then there's aliens, then there's aliens, right? You got two different types of meaning to the word alien. You mean foreigner, alien, and then you mean the guys in little spaceships going beam, 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 more out there and out of space, right? That's where we're coming from, boy. My God, how can this boy be so stupid, not knowing what the difference between two different type of aliens is? There's two different types. You got the alien as an immigrant, and then you got alien is a foreigner, basically like the foreigner in another country, being a foreigner, aka immigrant, and then you got the other alien that comes from outer space. My God, boy, you're some ignorant motherfucker.
Over the past few weeks, we've had these high-ranking military officials who are called whistleblowers. Remember that for later. And these whistleblowers are saying stuff like this.
And it was the same Pelican casings that we would use to store stuff when they were transloading, so very big cases on two of them in each truck bed. And then they had a shipping container thing. I mean, it looked like a shipping container, but smaller and half the size. And the thing that was different about this is I had a cylinder on the front of it that was towards the truck. It was like parallel to the ground, just a cylinder right on the top of this thing. And for years I thought, okay, like there's got to be oxygen supply or like a vacuum sealing thing that you would, because obviously I'm thinking it's drugs. I was like, okay, so this is a very advanced way to do that, just years of thinking of this. And come to find out, when I gave my speech in D.C. on that Saturday for the Disclosure Project with Dr. Greer, he's got a lot of people coming out of the woodwork, by the way. And this gentleman, I'm not going to give any detail. I know a little bit about him, but he works in some of these projects at some very controversial facilities. He's aware of what was going on. After I gave my presentation of this, he confirmed, he says, no, he's like, I don't want to leave Michael hanging out there, but I was not expecting to come and talk to you about this. And he went explaining what the operations do, why they do it, and what they were using them for. And he says, there's not drugs that they're putting in these shipping containers. He says it's humans.
Human trafficking.
Yes.
Yes. He said it's a big fucking magnet that picks up containers of people. Now, pause. I'm going to show you this news clip, and you tell me what you think the news is talking about.
This has happened before. miners will go in and try to scare the wits out of villagers by pretending to look like aliens, etc. Ben Hansen is an expert. He is like one of the best UFO investigators out there, and he was one of the first people to throw cold water on all of this. So what was your first clue, Ben? You were so quick with your assessment.
Well, thanks for teaming me up for such high expectations, first of all. So what's really weird about this, the whole thing is weird, okay?
Look what words are in the headline.
Yeah.
Predator, illegal, miners, and before the first stupid fuck goes, that's a different kind of miner spelling. No shit, stupid ass.
So let's try to unpack this a little bit. A lot of the events that are being reported are true.
Huh? What? Let me pull this up for a second. Okay. 7-foot predator alien. Ha 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 ha. That's funny. That's really funny, you know. That's a joke right there. That's a joke right there, son. That's a joke. My God. Anyway, let's continue, dumbass.
We have video of the authorities showing up. We have video of the villagers running out into the jungle shooting at something. Okay.
Possibly someone trying to snatch something that is not theirs.
Okay. But after the investigation, what they come out with is they say that the prosecutor says that they believe the police investigation summarizes that these were miners protecting gold, okay, with flying around on jetpacks with hoods and masks and glowing something and going around cutting people's throats. So let that sit just for a second.
Jetpacks are not something that's like seen on cartoons that are not real. We've had jetpacks for a very, very long time.
Yep.
We've also had masks and we've also had knives. Why this guy's acting like we haven't had those three things for a long time and they're not obtainable, I don't know. But let that sink in.
It really sounds
no,
like...
Ryan. No. That's not what he's getting at, you fuckwit. What this dude here is getting at is he's saying that it seems very odd or strange why miners would have masks, knives, and whatever, and jetpacks hanging around and not hanging around stuff in Peru. Last time I checked, let me pull this up quite quick. Boom. The economy. I was there to absolutely make sure this is enlarged so people can see it. There we go. The economy contracted by 11% in 2020, the biggest fall in 30 years, in the largest Latin America during that year. As a result, the national poverty rate increased by 30.1%, a level not seen since 2010. And the extreme poverty line reached 5.1% in 2020, with comparable with the rate in 2013. So what we're trying to get at is that Peru isn't in the best state right now. And I'm not joking when I say best state. I'm saying it's not in the best condition. So when you got these guys coming across, when we got this stuff coming across, Ryan, the reason why this reporter is so shocked is because a poor country shouldn't be having any of that kind of advanced technology, even for mining standards, right? You don't have kind of shit around a mining facility. What's going on? My point. That's the reason why. Even if you want to disregard those miners pretending to be aliens, again, if it's miners that are doing it, the fact of the matter is where did they get that technology from? How were they able to pull this hoax off? That's the shock about it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're on about.
an episode of Scooby-Doo where, Mr. Withers puts on a goblin mask and is trying to protect his gold. It's almost as far-fetched as the fact that the villagers believe these are 7-foot aliens.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of laughing and, making the situation sound ridiculous. But what he's not telling you is apparently they were trying to steal a 15-year-old girl and her throat actually got cut and she had to go to the hospital.
After one such attack, a 15-year-old girl had to be taken to the hospital.
Wow.
According to the community leader, Gyro, I can't pronounce that, the teenager narrowly escaped, but as a result of the struggle, they cut part of her neck. Now, according to local media, members of the community are conducting night patrols to protect women, children, and the more vulnerable villagers, and have called on the authorities to send in the military.
Does that sound like they're talking about little green men to you guys who can just beam you up into a spaceship? No. It sounds like traffickers.
Well, if you want to get down to it, we don't know the technology of aliens. So if you want to disregard the thought that there could be possibly aliens still, the fact of the matter is we don't know if what actually cut the girl's throat. It could have been anything. So therefore, you can disprove it being aliens. You can disprove it being anything, really. But again, why would minors do that to a minor? Why would minors do that to a minor? Why? If it wasn't for maybe like some sort of, I know in occult practices and witchcraft practices, they actually do slaughter children and minors, part of their purity and their innocence. It's supposed to strengthen their satanic bond or some bloody shit like that. But anyway, enough about that fucking shit. Let's get back to this fucking shit.
You know what the scarier part is? People are so fucking dumb, they don't even put 2 and 2 together. They actually believe it.
Fucking.
I mean, even this guy does. Look.
I'm telling you this. Whether they're real or not, if all of a sudden I'm finding out that in my town, people are being attacked by aliens.
Well, attacked by people.
Yeah, do you want people like this, thinking about your future? I don't.
Wow.
So then I see all this and I'm like, bro, what? And listen, don't judge me. I read the dictionary. This is my favorite one right now. Webster's New.
Do you really read that or just look at the pretty pictures in the pages, dude? I wonder.
World Dictionary, all right? Yes, I still look up things the old way.
Oh, yeah.
Let's read some definitions real quick and let's compare trafficking to these UFOs.
Right? Yeah.
Well, first, let's establish this.
Yeah.
When a UFO comes and picks someone up, what are they getting? They're getting abducted. Mm-hmm. When a kid gets stolen off the side of the street, what is happening? They're getting abducted. All these people that are testifying against this UFO community thing, what are they doing? They're whistleblowing. That's why they're called whistleblowers. Yep. What do they tell you when you're a kid? They say blow your whistle for if they're a whistleblower. All right. Now,
gee, how do you come up with this shit, Ryan? Ryan, it's God. He wants the brains back he gave you because obviously it ain't working. Ryan, my boy, you are so up yourself. You can't even touch you're so far up yourself, you can reach your brains, boy. If you reach any higher, you might be able to touch the clouds because you're so high right now. Oh, boy. Ryan. What are we going to do with you, boy?
Now, let's look up the definition of alien.
Oh, here we go. It's a foreigner.
Alien. A foreigner, a foreign-born resident who is not naturalized. And the third definition is a hypothetical being from outer space. Yep. How convenient. So an illegal alien is someone who doesn't have documentation that has to have documentation.
Yeah.
It is illegal for them to not have documentation. If that's an illegal alien, then what the fuck is the basic meaning of an alien? Someone who's allowed to be undocumented. Someone said they're allowed to be undocumented. I mean, what else?
What? No. Ryan, you fuck ass. No. Illegal immigrants or basically the physical human aliens are documented. What the fuck you on, son? Oh my fucking god. No, and even aliens like the actual UFO, the actual fucking aliens are still documented. And they just a lot of the situation, all the stuff for that is classified. Oh, what part do you not understand, boy?
What else? But no. Alien is a hypothetical. Could be a green space creature. Now let's look up the definition. Terrestrial. Terrestrial. Of the earth, consisting of land, not water, living on land. That's the definition. Now let's look up the definition extra. Just extra. Extra.
This guy's
more or better than normal.
full of bullshit.
Expected, additional, or superior. All right, now let's look at extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial, of or from outside Earth's limits.
Yeah.
An extraterrestrial being, as in science fiction.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Yeah.
Fiction in the diction.
Yes.
So you mean to tell me extra means more of, and then terrestrial means of Earth? You would think that'd mean more of Earth. But extraterrestrial is no, not of Earth. Never. No, never. I don't know. I just figured an extraterrestrial would be a terrestrial that owns a lot of other terrestrials, making them extraterrestrials. All right, look. You got the word alien. Okay. Well, using that same word.
Yep.
A space L-I-E-N.
Yeah.
A lien. Let's look up the definition for lien. L-I-E-N. Lien. A legal claim on another's property as security for the payment of a debt.
Yeah.
Oh, like slavery. Yikes. I'm still pondering the fact that the definition of terrestrial means
what?
A lien. Yeah. Let's look up the definition for lien. L-I-E-N. Lien. A legal claim on another's property as security for the payment of a debt. Oh, like slavery. Yikes.
No! You fuckwit! Ah! Let me have a look at this shit. Let's have a look at this shit. What the fuck you want about, Ryan? A lien. Here we go. Dictionary for lien.
Lien.
Or lien. A right to keep possession of a property or belonging to another person who until a debt owed has been discharged. That's not slavery, you fuckwit! Not even in the same category. Basically, it's this kind of thing. A legal right to possess another person's property until the debt is repaid, till the obligation is met, such as a lease or what do you call it? A deed or a lease or another way of looking at it is bloody fucking another definition. Where was it? A title loan. Nothing that do for fucking slavery, you piece of dog shit, you sodomite. Oh my fucking god. How does this fuckwit ever get out of college or go to school? Be fucked if I know. You know, he claims he's educated. He claims he's an educated individual, but he ain't showing much of that education now, is he? Oh, my sainted aunt. Continue, you sack of shit.
I'm still pondering the fact that the definition of terrestrial means you live on land.
Yeah.
And only land. And an extraterrestrial don't live nowhere around here. It's fictional if you're going by the dictionary. But the UFOs are all seen in the ocean, where the terrestrials It doesn't talk about us in the ocean. Do you know what is in the ocean? Ships with space on them that carry containers.
So technically,
Just like the guy was
spaceship.
talking about earlier with the big hovering magnet that picked one up. It's a craft full of space. It's a spacecraft. I know what you're thinking, but no, they said that they're interdimensional. Like they're actual aliens. They're interdimensional beings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you didn't look up the definition of dimension, now did you?
All right, show it then, fuckwit. Come on, Ryan.
Dimension. Any measurable extent as length, width, or depth. Second definition. Measurements in length, width, and often depth. Third definition. Extent or scope.
Mm-hmm.
Yet we live in this dimension, and you're watching me through this video that is a different dimension. If you never seen me out in public, and you only seen me when I enter the dimensions of your phone, because this is a video, that would make me an interdimensional being that was only on your phone. Because, see, that's a thing. Just like you.
What is with these fuckwits? I'm surrounded by idiots. Multi-dimensional does not transverse the concept of video waves, you fool. You fool! It does not convey the trans dimension of looking through a screen at another individual. That does not make us trans-dimensional beings, you fuckwit. It means we are still individual people, again, terrestrials, if you want to get down to it, that live on Earth. We are not extraterrestrials. We are not from outer space. We're not from out of town. There's across the way, you fuckwit. We're not even all the way from Alabama, all the way from New Zealand. We're not even the way from Philippines. Not all the way from the Philippines. Come on, boy. Not even from the Hawaiians. I mean, come on, boy. Get it together. Oh, my God. This boy ain't got it. He's a few cents short of $1, boy. This guy's so short of a quarter, it makes the quarters make sense. Oh my God.
UFOs or aliens, like little green people, it happens all the time, but we never see it. Trafficking, we hear about it all the time, but we hardly ever see it. That's because most of the profits come from the 2D dimension videos. We live in the 3D dimension. Watching a movie or the internet or whatever, watching anything on a screen is the second dimension. It's 2D with 3D characteristics. Anyone who wants to argue, oh no, that's 3D also. No, it's not. I can't stick my hand in the TV and touch the actors. It's 2D. So yes, technically it is a different dimension.
Oh, you, sir, are an idiot. There's two different versions of when you put on 3D glasses, buddy. It's not just like look at that. I'm touching you people out there on the screen. Oh, look how digital. If you're wearing 3D glasses, you see my fingers like going right through the screen. That's not how it works, you dumbass. How 3D works is a completely different setup. You don't get it, Ryan. There is a different dimension to a 3D image, but you don't get it. 3D image is a projection. Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely fuckwittery.
You have to enter that dimension to be with those beings. That dimension being the internet. Dark web. Okay, the dark web used to be way down a rabbit hole, right? Until the government or somebody's like, yo, we can pinpoint y'all everywhere. It's a small little circle. What do?
You're an idiot.
Come to the surface. If you throw a beach ball in the ocean, you might not find it. If you throw it in a pool, Well, you don't even have to get in to see where it's at. So, so now, what do you think it is that is this interdimensional alien extraterrestrial being that's abducting
Let me guess. You gonna
people?
say us?
What do you think it is? Oh, it's a green little alien. What? You mind blown? Sheesh. This is just the tip of the iceberg in the ocean that terrestrials are not a part of. By the way, I'm just throwing this out there. Toy Story, a Pizza Planet.
That's from Toy
Which
Story, dipshit.
alien are you gonna pick with the claw machine? You know what I'm talking about on Toy Story, bro. Sid, the little crazy motherfucker that feeds the aliens to his dog, well, the little toy alien. Oh, how did Sid get the little alien toy? Oh, well, he had this machine that just hovered over it and just picked it up.
Commandeer your vessel to Sector 12. Who's
There
in
we go.
charge here?
Sorry, Disney. What? A Buzz Lightyear? No way! Sorry, Disney.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Notice how he just fed an alien to a dog, kind of like, Hitler did Jews in the Holocaust?
What?
Then what? Then he abducted the little girl's baby doll. Listen, I'm not that smart.
What the I just go to crazy town? Did I just go to crazy town? Boom, boom, boom. What the fuck? Ryan, are you fucking bum out of your mind, boy? How did we go from Toy Story to fucking the Holocaust? God, you're so stupid. I tell you, when God passed the brains out, man, he skipped yours. He skipped you, boy. All your brothers and sisters got the brains that you missed. Oh my God. This boy is so stupid. Toy Story is not related to the Holocaust, you fucking idiot. Sid is not fucking Hitler. Oh, my sainted aunt. Oh, my God. Right, that's it. I need a drink. Fuck me, mate. Oh. You, dude, are a fucking fuckwit moron, bloody fucking backwards wearing, hat wearing, goatee, goat man, bearded, fucking tossing motherfucker. God, you're an idiot. How did we go? People, how did we get from talking about aliens and space and shit, and then we went straight to talking about, the the SWATs there. How did we get to the SWAT sticker, and how did we get to like little toys about yay big get picked up by yay crane from a toy machine, dropped, and Sid got it, took it home along with Buzz Lightyear and Woody, and then from there, how did we get to the Holocaust from that? This boy's a bottom short of a couple cents. He ain't got no cents. He's got a quarters. This guy's got wooden nickels in his brain. My God, that hurts looking at this fucker. Oh, it just hurts looking at his face, man.
Fucking high school dropout that painted houses. I can't be the only person who is starting to see this for what it seems like it is. Until next time.
You're a fuckwit.
Actually, you weird motherfuckers on the internet who are being all weird to me, I just want to leave this here for you. And only you.
Oh, yeah? What?
You'll know what I mean.
Yeah, but your face is turning blue. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we gotta let the air out of her quick.
There's no air in there.
Hmm?
That's juice.
Juice?
Would you roll the young lady down to the juicing room at once, please?
What?
All right, you fucking ass turkey. Let's get down to business. What else you got? Whew. Here we go.
All
right, one more on the UFO, and then I'm done with this motherfucker, because I can't stand looking at this face. I just want to punch it. I just want to punch his face. Oh, this guy's an idiot. He has a face that only a mother could love and his ugly girlfriend.
Let's talk UFO, UAP, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Let's talk about it. Now, if you've clicked on this video, you've probably seen the UFO, UAP hearing they had the other day.
I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf.
I think it was pretty cool getting to see, high government officials and people in Congress talk about it and be open to it out in the open for everyone to see. My favorite thing about the whole entire hearing was the fact that now this talking point will be approached different and looked at different amongst different groups talking about it all over the world, whether it's your front yard or whether it's motherfuckers at NASA. Now it appears everybody from us to motherfuckers who are allowed to fly $1 million jets are on the same page. Keyword appears. Why do I say appears like that? Because, hey, Google what a coup is. A coup is a sudden, decisive exercise of force in politics, and especially the violent overthrow or alteration of an existing small group. If you watch the UFO hearing, you know why I'm saying that. All right, let's start with something simple. The brief change of these things. It's been UFO for a very long time.
Radio.
Out of nowhere, they changed it to UAP. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, they're trying to distract us and they're trying to cover up. I look at that as a clue. So UFO, unidentified flying object. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. So they know it's not an object, and now by the physics, it is not flying. It doesn't fly. It's not an object. They don't appear to have wings. They don't appear to have pilots that are the size that we are. It doesn't appear to have fuel, propulsion, a route, a common place, nothing. These things have been known to sit perfectly still in stage 4 hurricanes. It's not affected by wind. It's not affected by liquid. It's not affected by... It ain't affected, okay? Which means you can't build another flying object that performs good enough to catch it or destroy it. The abbreviation UFO was not correct for its physics, so changed it. And even what they changed it to is really not the right abbreviation, because we've been knowing for years that off of the Navy's video of the Tic Tac, it's not just aerial. It goes in the ocean. It's aquatic as well, apparently.
At precisely 11 p.m., the unidentified sphere seemingly vanished into the ocean.
Whoa, splash. Splashed. When they say splash, splash, that doesn't mean there was a physical splash. That means this object went into the water, or they suspect it did.
And think about it. How you think that how military people feel if they have nothing to do with this? Probably like, oh, fuck. if it's outmaneuvering our jets the way it does, and they can't catch it in the air, and then all of a sudden this thing's like, fuck it, I want to go in the ocean, bye. Boom! Hits the ocean at fucking 18 G's. What's the plane gonna do? Hey, submarine, is any of y'all around here? If the plane can't catch this thing, the fucking submarine definitely can't catch it. Look how every military is structured in the entire world. They have different sections for shit. That's why you have the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, all the different shit. We have it in sections. They have something that is everything at one time. We ain't even near there yet. You know what the crazy thing is? I ain't seen nobody mention anything ever about weapons being on these things. When have you ever heard anyone be like, yeah, there's a weapon on there? Or I suspect a weapon to be attached to this.
Well, of course you're not going to see it. Look, for anyone who knows about UFOs, most of them are drone shaped. So pretty much like the drone kind of shape with like a, like a wing. Well, sorry, so imagine there's another wing up that end. But, it's got like, most of them are like drones shaped like that. So, they've got the wing and the thing like that. So you got the drone system like that, which is basically like got two wings on each side, but I only got two wings. I only got one, but we've got two wings on the same thing, right? So as it flies, so yeah, we've got that. Again, and then we got agreed. Again, when it comes to, and then you have the silent drones, or drones that ain't making much noise because they reckon there's like expelling of air or something that comes out the back and it makes it silent. I understand it. I've seen one of them, silent drones. So yeah. So we've got the silent drone that goes, and the reason why you don't see, I mean, think about it. If you're an alien spaceship, right, that has a reflective surface and all this kind of capabilities to make like lights and flickery things, what would be the point of putting any weapons on a drone anyway? Because in most cases, if the military get a hold of the darn thing, they're just going to end up blowing it up anyway. I mean, look at what they did with the bloody weather balloon from China. So if you had another organization that built military drones, or even if you want to go by the alien thing, the aliens doing this shit, right, doing all this kind of stuff. Again, why would they mount weapons on it if it's going to get blown up anyway? It's basically like a surveillance vehicle, mate. If you're talking by drones, aliens, or another government like China per se, again, why build weaponry on a surveillance machine? It don't make sense, especially when there's a high risk of it getting blown up. That's the reason, Ryan, when you hear about the UFOs going bling, 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 and you never hear about it like going with its laser beams going with its little lasers going and shooting you and shit like that from it, is because, like I said, what would be the bloody point? If a drone shoots first, then basically it's the country's fault, like China or Russia, who has to pay the price if the drone fires something, right? And again, what are you going to do about it? It causes an international incident. Yeah. Then you've also got the point of UFOs with the same principle. Why shoot something first from a thing like I said, from a drone, when it'd be more likely just to take more surveillance stuff and then make a bolt and get the hell out of there? No, I'm just saying, Millie, that more or less, no, it's not nothing to do about race. It's to do with the fact of technology. We know that China is very advanced with their technology. So how do we know they're not advancing superior drones? So it's not really about really being race. It's about who has the more advanced technology. Russia, America, and China have the most, and even Japan are the most countries that have the advanced technology. That's nothing to do about race. It's more to do with being more technically advanced, especially with using technically advanced drones. But then again, why is China still using weather balloons? Be buggered if I know.
0 times of weapons, ever. 0 weapons. Even all the times our Air Force has claimed to purposely chase the fuck out of these things. Not once have you ever heard them be like, yeah, it fired a bullet at me or a laser or nothing. It's like it's playing with you harmlessly. And you know what the interesting thing about that is? That's a human property. That's a human thing humans do. We trick dogs. We think it's funny. We trick babies. That we think it's funny. We trick our friends, play jokes on them. We think it's funny. Why do these things appear to be the same exact thing except for, you know, with our fucking world government? And there's different forms of trickery. I mean, people, you know, in a sense, played tricks on people to rob stores. Or played tricks in a pursuing kind of way to be like, hey, it wasn't me, it was someone else. You know, those are all not good things. This thing's not doing that. This is like a playful manner, it seems like, personally to me. All right, now let's look at positioning ability of humans versus these things. All right, so let's go back to the UFO hearing. What do you hear these Navy pilots say? These things ascend and descend fast as fuck. They fly up. It's somewhere up somewhere. So these craft can go from ground level to up in space somewhere in like seconds, right? Now let's look at human technology from ground to up. We've been to the moon 6 physical times. We only successfully done it 5 times. Only 12 men total have been on the moon in all of history. If going to the moon actually happened in the 60s, from the 60s to now, these stats are fucking horseshit. Not to mention, we got to set up a rocket for weeks and get ready and build it and have people gather around 10, 9, 8. By the time the fucking thing lifts off, the Tic Tac could have done, you know, went to Venus and back like 20 times. Next thing we're going to compare is the ocean. These things are always around the ocean. They're playing in the ocean. They're above the ocean. They're hitting the fucking ocean at high speeds. We can't even shoot a damn bullet into the water that is an aerodynamic bullet into the water without it, you know, I mean, if you ever shot the water, you know it fucks the bullet up, and the bullet doesn't go that far under. It just kind of gets fucked up. The impact is what fucks it all up. It's a solid meeting a liquid. There's an impact. These things are hitting the water at speeds that should definitely fuck them up. So is it not a solid? Probably not. How is it not affected by water? I don't know. It's something that it's able to be an aerial phenomenon and an aquatic phenomenon at the same exact time. So that tells me that this thing can be and our Earth really doesn't matter to it if it can move through anything, or does matter to it more than we get it matter. Probably not, but it's alright.
What the hell? Yeah, what's it got to do with anything?
And I know y'all have seen the videos of it like flashing and like teleporting.
Yeah. Like one
and
here,
if it's doing that, it's doing that for a reason. What process is it doing when it's here and teleports and then it's like over here, and it's showing you, hey, look, I can teleport. It's not doing it for a reason. Not that we can see. It's doing it just to show whoever's looking. Just think about it. If they have multiple videos of this thing moving at the speed of light, and there's a street behind it, and you're talking hundreds of miles in seconds, then what is the point of it teleporting 15 feet over and over? To be like, hey, look, you see me teleporting? Yeah, alien muscles. The only thing I've seen with my own 2 eyes on our planet that is a burst of energy that goes and it kind of moves forwards a little bit, but it doesn't teleport. You can still see it, but it's a jet engine on a.
Well, also by sound of things too, not just a jet engine, dude. But come on, you're talking about Ryan. You're talking about something going boom, boom, boom. You know, like, doof, 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 right? that kind of big sound, vibrating and doing that vibration thing. You say the only thing you've seen do that is like a jet engine going. But come on, dude. It's not just like a jet engine. You're a musician. My God, you're a musician, man. What about the amps? The speakers, mate. What about them to go doof, 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 when they got music going through it, go doof, 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 going doof, 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 doof. You know? And you got the big old amps, mate. And these go doof, doof, doof. Come on, dude. You serious? Let's get back to it, dumbass. No, that's not the only thing you've seen going doof, doof. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Car. You're probably like, well, what the fuck? Look, drag strip shit, okay? And what do you know? The fastest thing we have, and even kind of see them, is the jet engine. But even that, a rail car with a jet engine on it has one direction. If it slightly goes off of that direction, you're fucked.
Get out of here. If you can be like that.
Even then, a jet engine on a plane, you can only bank it so much before you're fucked.
Approximately 3/4 of the way around the turn, at 1416, the aircraft banked past 90 degrees, descended rapidly, clipped power lines, and hit the ground.
The only thing that I can think of
But hold on a second.
1416.
What were you saying? That thing gone off, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Even then, a jet engine on a plane, you can only bank it so much before you're fucked.
Approximately 3/4 of the way around the turn, at 1416, the aircraft banked past 90 degrees, descended rapidly, clipped power lines, and hit the ground.
The only thing that I can think of that moves the most similar to these tic-tac things and stuff is a cursor on a computer.
Yikes.
What you mean going zing, like being like this, going sorry. I mean that going click click click, click, like that. Of course you had to make a music about that, didn't you? Of course you did. Of course you did.
Bro, wait till you see part 2.
Oh, yeah. Well,
hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Ryan Upchurch. If you don't know me, I'm a...
Yes, church. Anything else you got to add? Because you promised a part 2 to that. Where's my part 2? Where is my part 2? Where is my part 2? You said there's supposed to be a part 2. Ryan Upchurch. Ryan up the ass church. You promised a part 2 right here. Right here. You promised there was going to be a part 2. Where in all of whole high heaven is your part 2? Where's your part 2, boy? Where is it? It's not here in True Crimes. It's not here in your super secret detective things. It's not there. It's not in your music, which is garbage. Where's your part 2? You promised a part 2. Where is it? Oh, well. Well, then. That's the end of this. So, hey, Gray, just come on to the end of the show. So that's the final bit I wanted to say about this stupid Ryan up the ass church. Still going crazy. Yeah, we already knew he was crazy because he threatened Nicole Arbour, he threatened his mother, threatened his brothers and sisters, and now he's on this whole UFO thing, and he's got himself a girlfriend. Like, how this fucker got himself a girlfriend, I'll never know. But anyway, it's time to wrap up with the theme song once again. Thank you, people, for stopping by. Thank you let's have a look. Thank you, Beck, for stopping by. Thank you, Alley Cat, for stopping by. Thank you, Millie. A little bit of a troll, but you're still fine as wine, girl. Welcome. And of course, Gray as well. Thank you, people, for all stopping by, and I look forward to hearing from you again. And again, I am the drama critic. I watch drama, so you don't have to. All right. Time to say goodnight, Gracie. Talk to you later, Gray. Later, all.